Welcome everybody back to your welcome stream here for the Valorant Challengers Tour with the community stream with Laz and of course Kappa. How are you feeling, my man?
Buddy, I am revved up once again. Yesterday, obviously you saw the 128, the top 128, the top 64, and now we are in the top 32. And what a gem we have got for you today. And it's an all-American battle, if you will. You've got Cloud9 White going up against the likes of XSET. XSET we've had the privilege of casting before in a couple of other tourneys, but as for Cloud9 White, this is going to be a whole new spectacle for us, isn't it, Laz?
Yeah, it really is. I think I'm really excited to see this team. I mean, we've seen the ladies before. They've made some pretty big upsets and really showing off some phenomenal performances so far against like Renegades and even just further on in the tournaments. And I mean, they took down E United 2-1. I mean, it's looking good. And honestly, this is the first time I think we have both been able to cast a team like this. So I'm all excited. I'm expecting a pretty big nail biter, to be honest.
Oh yeah, the gas tank is full. Put some nitrous oxide in there as well. Extra jet fuel. It's all happening. Guess that'd be kerosene. But enough of the fuel. What we'll be talking about today, we've got a little bit of just a pre-hype to get you understanding where these two teams are and kind of what brings them to where they are today. Give you an update as well. Yesterday, you didn't catch all the action. You just tuned in today. Thanks for joining us. This is part of the Community Casters Challenge that we're doing for Nerd Street Gamers, and obviously we're represented through the Your Welcome stream. Big teams now. Big teams that got through. You got 100 Thieves, Complexity, XSET, obviously NRG, TSM, Luminosity, Gen G, FaZe. That's naming the big ones, and a couple you may have heard of growing in the scene. You've got Elysium Roosters, Pittsburgh Knights. They've also got through as well. So lots of big teams have got through to this final 32. The big question is, who will continue after that? And for Cloud9 and for XSET, what's going on, Laz? Give us some background for Cloud9.
Yeah, so I mean, Cloud9, like we were saying, like they've had some pretty good success so far in the tournament. I mean, they took down United, which I was kind of curious how that match was going to go, taking down Renegades earlier on in other matches and tournaments. I mean, this is just kind of looking very good. And right now, we're actually just waiting for the map picks and bans. So I'm just going to pull that up right now. But I mean, we talk about XSET. I mean, they've had a lot of good succession. I mean, they've played like teams like Luminosity where they go the distance 2-1, not in their favor, unfortunately, but they've also beaten Luminosity. So, and I mean, Luminosity previously, just won a tournament and really did a big upset. So I'm just excited to see. I think both teams are kind of at a really good form right now.
And couldn't have put it better, my friend. And to hit the nail on the head, bang on. They are both feeling it, and they've not got here by chance. So with winning best of threes, definitely, there's no chance to that. You've proven yourself. For BO1, sure, you can get away with a couple of one-trick pony plays and get through perhaps in a situation you might not have in a best of three. But these two teams, they have earned their spot here. And looking at kind of the win rate for both of them from the Spike.gg as well, really appreciate all the info we've got from there. 65% win rate for XSET and a 61% win rate for Cloud9 White, Lads. That's so close, man. That's like literally a few percent between them.
Yeah, it's absolutely close. I mean, and even just talking about some of the map picks as well. So I mean, I just got it back, so it looks like XSET actually did ban Ascent, and C9 White, they're actually going to be banning Icebox, which I was kind of hoping to see it. But the first map will be Bind, so it will be XSET that's actually going to be starting on that defensive side and getting things already hot and ready on Bind.
So getting the background on that, and I've really gotten the extra mile for all the analysis in. Hopefully, everyone in the chat, you're enjoying it. Let us know. Say, hey, man, you're banging on too much or you're loving it. Let us know as well. And Bind, the most played map by both teams, Laz. So this, to start the best of three off, the best case scenario for both teams here. This is their stomping ground. This is their hometown. I think they're ready for this.
Yeah, I definitely think so. So we have the agent selection that's coming through. So XSET, like we said, going to be on the defensive side. You got Aaron going to be on the Raze. LIFO going to be on the Cypher, of course. PR going to be with the Jet. Got the Omen, Sova. Pretty standard pick that we're seeing from both squads. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Not a big surprise. I know yesterday we got Sky that was on the server, which was a little bit different for us. And good to see. But yeah, we're going to have to see how well this goes. I mean, it's pretty much the exact same exchange. I mean, there's nothing really different at all.
And talking of no Sky, there's no Sage either. We saw a decent amount of Sages, or a couple of Sages yesterday along with the Sky. With an Omen on each side, that is the most common pick for both teams. Actually, 100% pick for Cloud9 White. They've always had the Omen on their lineup of agents, and it was 96 out of 100 games for XSET as well, having Omen. So who cares about Brimstone, apparently? Omen's the meta.
All about the meta. I mean, even, we were talking about that before. I mean, it was about, Brimstone, like you said, was kind of coming into the play with like a little bit of a buff and everything like that. And definitely on a map like Bind, I mean, it's very feasible to have an agent like that. But instead, we will have both teams going to go for the Omen. But now we're finally here, top 64, like we said, or top, everything. So now it's going to be full aggression here from XSET, going to be pushing on through into A short, getting a lot of control already. And already now we will be, Alexis is going to fall down, finding to her death, and already XSET going to be pushing on through, getting a lot of information, and it's just going to be Thypho by himself in the site.
Oh, elbow looking pretty awful. Oh, that first headshot, that's how to get it started. Let's see 2, shall we? Maybe 3 from XSET. Excellent start here for 3 Bolt. If you could keep it, just turning the absolute inopportune time. It's a 4 versus 2 here.
1 enemy remaining.
And all of a sudden now just down to Mel on the 1-on-4 situation. She likes to get fired up. Is she going to be able to get fired up enough? No. Pure R going to be taking her down, and XSET going to be taking this pistol round quite convincingly, but a lot of good progression that we saw from the attackers able to get into the site with not much of an issue in the beginning. It all just came down to that post plant.
Yeah, it did come down to the post plant, wasn't it? And we'd love to see some more sort of classic styles for the post plant, see if they can hold that off, but it's still early days. Pistol rounds off to XSET. If you believe in that momentum, I know I'm usually a believer in that. Valorant is teaching me otherwise. Who knows what can go on from here? This is the game of many a comeback, as I'm sure you saw yesterday. Or if you even played the game of Valorant. Comebacks left, right, and center. But yes, the top 32 right now. Best of 3 where we are. It's best of 3, is it not less? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, all matches in the qualifier are best of 3. Like we said, I mean, the first map, of course, on the delicious Bind, and even now, not really much expecting here from C9. They're not going to put much on the board. They're just going to go for very light pistols, even actually just saving most of the pistols. Just going to be playing slow, getting a little bit of control towards a washroom. Playing a little bit more passive. Thypho going to be holding this. Actually does spot the shoulder. I think he might have spotted the spike carrier. I'm not too sure, but either way, going to be pushing back. Cybercage going to be blocking it off once more. And even now, we did. Going to be stuck in very close in the site. Going to get caught by this recon bolt, but not going to be able to make this happen. Katie takes him down, and all of a sudden, turn of events a little bit here.
It has been a turn of events. The 4 versus 4, the spike's down, and regardless of weapons, they're able to set up here. If XSET are to make any blunders, might could capitalize off. But these sprays with the Spectres, though, is deadly. It's back to that 4 versus 3 once again here. Made that a 4 versus 1. Annie perishing in showers, slipping and falling to her dismay and to her KO. Off that, 2 rounds go on the side of XSET. Hopefully now we are going to start seeing maybe that buy coming out of Cloud9 White.
Yeah, so this is the moment that, we're already 2 rounds in. They have money on the board. They can get the Vandals and Phantoms that they need. They should have enough for full armor as well. So a very standard purchase. And even now, Pure are actually going to have that operator in his hands. But the rest of the team members going to be still having Stingers and Spectres. So call it almost a bonus round, but money is going to be spent here. Pure are going to see what he can find. Does have still the armor remaining from previous rounds, so it doesn't have to worry about that on purchase. But this is a big test now for C9. They're going to have to get some kind of aggression, and they need to find an opening.
Loving what I'm seeing there from XSET. Both the duelists by name and by nature, just double peeking off that garden, trying to get as much intel as possible. Not grabbing it, but no bodies to perish as a consequence. And that's what you call teamwork makes the dream work here. Still 5 versus 5. Not too much to be said as of yet.
Yeah, very slow round that we're seeing now from C9 White. They're not pushing in as fast as we saw before, but instead they're going to just play this a little bit more passively, burn the clock a little bit, see if they can burn any utility at all. But PR finally going to make that first connection. Takes down Alexis, and now going to be able to reposition himself in the back of B halls. So they've now lost their Sentinel. They still have the Omen, so they have a bit of support that they can still have. It will be Cat that's still got everything available. Going to be throwing the dark covers now. Looks like the execute is going to be commenced onto the A site. Now you even can see Katie Might be able to find this opening, might be able to find it, gets the spray on through, but it won't be able to land. But We Did still going to be hiding in the corner, and now the execution is coming through. Thyfo going to be able to take down